Hello, Spoons313 here. I want to just quickly make this video to show this god-awful item to everybody and implore that you please do not buy this for your baby or very young child, because it is an absolute piece of shit. I actually bought it on eBay as a shape sorter for my son. He's just had his first birthday, and he's actually very smart, actually, very advanced. He notices a difference in shapes and all that sort of thing. He knows how to open doors already and steal batteries from my remote control. And I bought this hoping that it would be a very nice shape sorter for him to mess around with and keep him entertained for hours on end. That was until I actually received it in the post and realised that my hand can cover the whole thing like this. Now, I don't have the biggest hands in the world, I don't have the smallest, but that is way too small. It is way too small. Let me zoom back a little bit. There you go. There we go. Fucking camera kicking the nuts if you had them. I sellotape some on it so I can do that. Anyway, the first thing that I noticed when you take these pieces off is quite how thin they are. That is ridiculously thin. In fact, actually, I've got a ruler here. So up in the kitchen window, because that's where I am, and we're talking, there's the roof piece, and it is barely, oh sorry, it's not there, it is barely 3mm, get back down camera, it's barely 3mm, if I'm holding that straight. I'm trying to look for the viewfinder here. Barely 3mm thick. It is too small. And across here, just get this lined up, it is 13 centimeters long, but barely 3mm thick. And that's the same pretty much all over this thing. So these pieces just come off on the roof. They both come off. They're held on by these little wooden spigots on the side here. The whole thing is, you can see me flexing the wood. It's extremely light. It's extremely cheap and crap. It comes with the shapes on the inside. I'll show you those in a moment. If we look inside the object here, you can see the splinters across the top of this where it hasn't been sanded properly at all. There's a piece of crap in the bottom here somewhere. I don't know what that is. And if I show the front piece here, this is supposed to be high quality, but you can see this side, meets the arc here on the roof truss part of it. It meets it nice and square. This side doesn't. It's about 2mm below it. So it's actually what we call in England pissed. It's not true, and that's exactly the same on the other side. As you can see, it's not true here, but it's true there. Even the handle on the roof, actually, you can see it's not flat, it's not level, it just runs odd, because it's a really cheaply put together piece of crap. It's literally just got a bit of glue, a bit of this, smack it together, shove it in a box. And I wouldn't let a 3-year-old play with this, let alone my 1-year-old son, even though it says that it's made for a baby, and then it says 0 to 3 years, and then you look at the description on there, and it doesn't even say that, it says age range. It has some benign word on it, which actually means nothing at all. Something like range, or I don't know, it's weird. So anyway, that's your shape sorter, a little house. Now, there is one thing I like about it, only one. And that is the fact, the design is very nice. If that was bigger and thicker and more heavy duty, that would be a very nice thing. It's just unfortunate it's small, cheap and fucking dangerous. If I was to drop that on the floor now, it would probably fall into a little I can't see the fucking roof falling off. Fall into pieces. I have actually contacted the seller. It was dispatched in England, but it's from a Chinese seller, and I'm not being horrible or anything, but I really do try to avoid buying things from China like the fucking plague, because every time I buy something from China, it is garbage. It doesn't matter whether it's a toy, whether it's electronic, whether it's clothes, whatever, whether it's cheese, it's rubbish. Probably find the cheese was too small and too hard to eat, I don't know. And then here's the little bits that you put in it. I don't really want to get them out of the bag. Mind you, I can get a few out. Because, like I said, I have messaged them twice online. Told them it's rubbish, I'm not happy with it, it's a dangerous toy. And can I have a refund, please? And then they send me back some broken English messages. Oh, sorry for... You know, you can see how thin these are. Imagine your baby putting these in their mouth and then choking on them. Hmm? Horrible, isn't it? That's how bloody small the shape pieces are. I wouldn't let him play with something that thin. I want the thickest part in here. Look at that. He'd swallow that. He's still at the age where he puts things in his mouth. Most little babies, those little children still do. It's one of those things. That's a pill of death. He'd choke on that easy. Come on, focus camera. Yeah, he'd choke on that easily. That is a fucking joke. It's barely 2 centimetres. Less than that, actually. It's 1.7 centimetres, I believe. The rest of them are exactly the same. You've got the letters are completely thin. Look at the number ones. That's it. Look at that. You expect a small child, a vulnerable child, to play with that? That's a splintery piece of crap wood. It has been sanded, but look at it. It's like 3-ply, if you're lucky, if you can see that. It's absolute garbage. So anyway, like I said, I sent them a message, said it's crap. I was a bit blunt about that. You know what I mean? I don't like it, I'm not happy with it, and I would like my money back, please. And then they send me a message saying, oh, silly. Then they send me a message saying, oh, we're sorry for the problem. Look at that, the fucking paint's chipping off it as well. Sorry for the problem. Can you do us a favour and send a picture of it? Why the fuck do I want to send them a picture of it? They know what it looks like. They know it's crap. And I said, no, don't you understand my message? I said to them, I told them that, you know, it's not fit for purpose. It's not fit for a child to play with. It's thin and weak and dangerous to play with. I said it needs to be at least twice the size it is, with the parts being really thick, and to make it even, you know, remotely safe for a child to play with, and make sure that the sizes are big enough so they can't swallow them. You know, and I told them, look, give me my refund and I'll reflect your kindness by giving you positive feedback. And then they send me the same message. Can you take us a picture? We are honoured to serve you. I don't know. They don't understand English. I understand that translating from Chinese, Mandarin to English, it's the dialect's completely different. The way that they structure their words and sentences is different. So it doesn't always, well, generally it doesn't always work at all. You know what I mean? So it's the second time I've messaged them. They're obviously not understanding what I'm saying, and they're quite happy to continue selling this. So I thought, I'll do the next best thing. I'll ring eBay myself. I'll tell them about it. I've got this very nice person on there. I was talking to a nice lady, and she agreed. She checked it all out, and they're going to put a big investigation in this. And also, the seller's got to give me a label to send it back to him. I just hope if I send it back to him or her, the seller, they're not going to try and resell it to someone else. I might glue, I might glue a note in the base of it, say do not resell this as it is a dangerous toy. But it's just called a little house shape sort of. I'll show a little bit of that on the screen at the end of this video so you know what it is, who's selling it, and not to buy it for your kid, because there's don't drop the ruler. There is a high chance that your child will die from playing with this. It's a fucking choking hazard. And like I said, in a million years I wouldn't let my 1-year-old son play with this, and I certainly wouldn't let a 3-year-old. You know, fuck you, you piece of shit. If I could burn it now, I would. Oh, and just to finish, I put, let's put this piece back in the box, because it's annoying when it's sticking out. This is just quite funny. This is another, there we go. This is another example with this cheap Chinese shit. The actual toy itself in this is actually alright. It's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. What's funny is the it's the English on the box, and that's what I wanted to show. It's a toy phone. It says improve the interest in the figures. What figures? You're going to see fucking ghosts once you start playing with the phone? Or you just mean the figures and the numbers on it? The screen will change. Yeah, it's a little hologram. Sense of touch, sight, symmetry, and music. It has light and music. This is all kind of bog standard at the moment. Camera, sound, and lighting. Yeah, it goes and flicks a red light on the back. Here's a happy little Chinese baby. Isn't they cute? Yeah. It's for 3+. And healthy baby education toy. Not educational toy. What we got on the top here, it says, try and look through that and read at the same time. Tactile baby development, coordination capacity, exercise hearing, beautiful music. That's all fine. Where was it? I was reading a lot of the... Camera, sound and light and music. The screen will change. Improves the interest. Yeah, it was literally just the fact that it says healthy baby, educational toy. Toy phone, improves the interest in the figures. The screen will change. Light and music. Camera, sound and lighting. Tested according to international standards. Not suitable for children under 3 years due to small parts. Says it right there. As Ashens would say, 0 to 3 sad onions. This is 0 to 3 sad Chinese onions. Not suitable for children under 3 years due to small parts. But it's a health baby educational toy. And look, there's a little Chinese baby. Is he older than 3? I don't think so. He's still crawling, for Christ's sake. So they sell it with a picture of a baby on it. The English is bloody terrible. Yet it's, you know, you buy it thinking it's okay for your baby, but it says 3+ on the bloody top. I mean, I know my son's smart enough to play with that phone. It's not that small, it's not that bad. You can see in the baby's hand, it's a good size, and to be completely honest, there aren't any small parts that would fall off of it. But yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was funny the way the box was worded and everything. It's quite comical. Oh, I don't know. But there we are. That's made by Duri, whoever the hell that is. Boop. Anyway, never mind that. Don't buy this shape sorter. It's shit. It will kill your child. Okay, here I am. Just thought I'd quickly show you the item and who I bought it from. It's a person called Force Tuen. It's got a feedback score of 32,839. It's got a lot of bad feedback as well as good feedback. And this is the item that you should not buy. It's called Posting House Shape Sorter, Wooden Number Toys, Kids, Educational, Intellectual, UTH. So, I mean, ultra thick hardware, aren't I? Oh, no, ultimate tacky hardware. That's probably what it means. They're £5.09 in England, or you can make an offer. I'll make you an offer. I'll stamp on it for you. It says free economy delivery from the UK. Item posted the UK. 100% buyer satisfaction. I'm not fucking satisfied yet. And there's other people selling them as well. I don't know. It's probably the same person. Who's selling it? Lowest price, lowest quality, that's what it should be called. They're all over the freaking place. Listings for this product. Preschool, young children, it's not, it's shite. Well, that's it. There's not even any reviews on it, that's how bad it is. I'm going to write a review. No ratings or reviews yet. Be the first to write a review. Let's do this live, right now. Is it durable? No. Is it entertaining? No. Is it educational? No. Not even going to let my son touch it. Just rubbish. Thin plywood rubbish. They haven't even put mine on there. Write your project review. I'm gonna write a little bit more on there. Hang on. See if there's anything else I can emphasise in my review there. Not even going to let my son touch it. It's just rubbish. The item is tiny in stature. Very thin, cheap material used in the build, and the small parts are an extreme choking hazard for any young child. There is no way that this item does or ever would conform to British safety standards. An investigation is in progress to remove this item from sale. Don't put your child at risk. Avoid buying this dangerous item. I think that's good enough. Review title: Thin plywood rubbish. Right. There. Rate this product. I wish I could give it no fucking stars, because that really pees me off. I've submitted that. That's a better review. There we go. We've published your edited, publish your edited review soon. Thin plywood rubbish, extreme choking hazard. Not even going to let my son touch it. It's just rubbish. The item is tiny in stature, very thin, cheap material used in the build, and the small parts are an extreme choking hazard for any young child. There is no way that this item does or ever would conform to British safety standards. An investigation is in progress to remove this item from sale. Don't put your child at risk. Avoid buying this dangerous item. I think that's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. So yeah, it's a dangerous item. Don't buy it. You'll be wasting your money and you'll be risking your child's life. It's not a good cheap alternative to a decent shaped sorter whatsoever. If you really want to buy a decent shaped sorter, you know, avoid force to end with, you know, all your fucking wife is falling me. With all your power, just avoid this guy and buy something much better. I'll show you a better product. An ace product. Here we go. You want to buy a nice shape sorter for your kids, not too expensive, good quality, £9.99 Fisher Price Baby's First Block Shape Sorter. Fantastic little item, well made. The blocks are a lovely size and my child absolutely loves it, although he finds it quicker to rip the lid off and put all the shapes back in the box that way. Bless him. But this is a good quality toy. It's great, and that does conform to all safety standards too. It's an awesome toy. I'm going to give him a good feedback for that. That's what I bought my son afterwards. Okay, there we are. I'm going to spoon through on 3. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it helps you all to save your money and save your children. Ta-ta!